It's episode 1.
Yes. Hello.
Episode 1. Hi, everybody. I'm Mel.
I'm Michelle.
And welcome to Two Souls. We've been wanting to do this podcast for a little while. We talked about it, a few months ago?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it a few months ago. Michelle was like, yo, all the things we talk about, we need to make a podcast. And I was like, okay. And then it never happened. So now we're taking that first initiative now.
Yes.
So again, welcome. And what we're basically want to do today is just pretty much give you a rundown of who we are and kind of how this whole setup is going to go. So let's say a little bit about ourselves. Michelle, you want to go first?
Sure. Thanks for putting him on the spot, by the way.
You're welcome.
I'm Michelle. I am from New York City. No, I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. Everybody asks that every single time. I was not here when 9/11 happened either. I love K-pop, and I am Afro-Latina, which means my father is African descendant, and my mother is Spanish descendant. I am Dominican by ethnicity, I guess, and I am a music aficionado, and I will fight you for my faves.
That is accurate, and I can I can back that up about she will fight you on her face. That is 100% true.
But I will listen to you though if you have a good point.
Yes, but she also will still love her face.
Yep. Hell yeah.
I'm Melanie. I'm from Chicago. God knows what I'm mixed with. And I've been a K-pop fan since 2010. And again, I love my faves, and I will also listen to you, but I also might fight you at the same time. Just out of habit.
And you've never been to the Bean?
I have not been to the Bean. I don't care about the Bean, but I do care that you eat deep dish pizza. And that is my only comment. Also, I'm a White Sox fan. So
and me,
Cubs fans.
And me and Melanie will always, that's going to be the one thing of our friendship, we will always have a discourse on New York versus Chicago pizza.
Yes.
Because I say it's not pizza because it's literally a pie, but we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. No.
She hasn't had it, so she doesn't understand.
It's probably delicious, but it's not pizza. Anyways.
That's fine. That is fine. We will agree to disagree, or else this will be a whole hour-long episode about just that. So, first of all, the kind of what we want to do in the beginning is kind of just give you guys some song recommendations that you didn't ask for, because we really love music. We're music junkies, and so one thing I cannot stop listening to this week, at least, is GFriend's Navilera. I hope I said that right, because I get really tongue-tied. I get really tongue-tied really easily. I've been listening to that nonstop for the past couple of days, so I highly recommend it. UG was amazing, and that's all I'd say about that.
My pick isn't actually K-pop this week. It is Todrick Hall's entire State of Oz album, the entirety of it. Yes. But if you want me to give you a song, I would have to say Expensive, just because it's such a bop.
Expensive.
That shit is expensive. That is my song.
I also recommend that. I stand behind that.
If you want, it's a visual album, so it has a film that's on his YouTube channel. Please, love him. I'm a link. He is amazing. Yes, please love him.
I will link you in the description of this episode.
He is on tour right now. I very sadly could not get tickets for his show. It's completely and utterly sold out. Not even StubHub has tickets here in New York. But he's going pretty much all across the country. And if you can go see him and support him, he's amazing. And he is a minority of minorities, yet he is extremely talented and gorgeous of a man as well. So support Todrick Hall, please. Love him. Yes. Love him forever.
Okay, and I will also link the descriptions to that, as well as a link to where you all can get tickets for that show as well.
Yes.
We highly support Todrick. Todrick, if you ever listen, hey boo, keep doing what you're doing.
I love you. How you doing?
Okay, and yeah, so then what we'll traditionally start with after we do that is just talk about a little bit what's happening, maybe in K-pop, maybe in regular news, things like that. So right now, good. We're gonna start with some good news, and then get into bad news,
Yes.
and then get into crazy things, and then we'll do that and have some fun, shall we? Okay.
Yes.
First on things to talk about, in good news, HyunA is coming back on August 1st for her summer comeback, so I'm really excited for that. And also, in accompanying with that, in breaking news, the CEO of Cube has now resigned. Hong Soong-sung, who is the founder of Cube Entertainment, kind of like the JYP, the YG of Cube, has now retired. And this is not the same CEO who made the decision to end for a minute. It's kind of one of those things where he was like still the boss, but didn't touch it at all.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Isuman does for SM at this point.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, oh, he was attached to it, but he doesn't really have any control about what happens. Like, he kind of stepped out of it. Basically, his name is the only thing on it.
Yeah, he's like a figurehead.
So, and he even apologized that he could not fix everything that's happening and everything that went wrong before he resigned. So it sounds like, to me at least, that this was already in the cards, and it was just bad timing.
Yeah.
I think you could say so. I hope all the Cube artists stay safe. Watch yourselves, protect yourselves. Don't end up like what the next thing we're going to talk about, which is Kris and Luhan.
Oh my god. That transition was so smooth. You didn't even let me say that I'm excited for HyunA's comeback and then I'm so sorry for the Cube artists. She's like, something else ratchety that's happened this week. This is how this podcast is gonna be, y'all. So get ready for this mess.
Before we segue into that absolute fuckery, please say something nice about HyunA. Because when y'all hear this next, oh boy.
HyunA coming back is everything because she's bomb.
Yes.
She is bomb, and her songs are always bops. People kind of hate on her quite a bit, and I was one of those haters back in the day. When Rebel Pop and all that stuff, I was like, she's too much. But I think she's cleaned up, not her sexiness, but just the messiness of it. It's not it's more put together. It's a put together sexy. It's I'm a bad bitch, but not a messy bad bitch. So I appreciate that, and I like her music. Yes, Roll Deep is my train song, and I make music videos in my head because I got an hour-long train ride, so it's beautiful. Oh, God. So yeah, now we can transition a little more smoothly into the craziness about Mel about to say right now.
So, Kris and Luhan have reached a settlement with their lawsuit. And unfortunately, the settlement is so messy. It reminds me of what happened with DBSK, but not entirely the whole thing. So basically, what happened is they settled for God knows what. And basically what's in the settlement is anything that Kris and Luhan make, going forward, like in China or so forth or wherever they go, is basically SM still gets a cut of that, which is so dirty.
Until 2022, right?
Yep. And also they cannot promote or perform in South Korea or Japan.
I did not know that. Japan?
Japan.
Oh my god. Wait, why would you cut a deal like this?
So SM's petty. But at least JYJ can do stuff in Japan.
You mean JJ, right? Sorry, y'all. I'm petty, y'all. I'm real petty. I cannot. Okay, SM is the company of lawsuits. It literally, you look at its Wikipedia, it's lawsuits. There's a section. They probably have lawsuits.
On lawsuits.
But the court in Korea, they probably know them. They're like, "Oh, you're from SM, aren't you?" Like, literally, because I think there's something really wrong when a company is being sued by its artists so much. I think there's something very wrong. And not just by their music artists, but like their actors and like all the artists. And this is like, there's something, y'all need something, you need to fix something. Like, it's not working.
And
and that's a very shitty deal. I don't know. If I was the lawyer, I wouldn't cut it. At least not the Japan part. I would cut the Korea part. I would be like, okay, fine, but I wouldn't cut the Japan. Japan is a huge market, and I feel like it's not fair for them, the South Korean company, having control over a country that's not originally where the company is based on. So I feel like it's not a fair deal, and that's really shitty. That's really shitty.
And I think it's just really messed up that they put in so much work. You know, especially with EXO and even like in Tao's case when he got injured, things like that. And, you know, and I really hate when people say, well, the artists need to look over their contracts. And it's like, well, think about it. You train with this, you know, these people for so long. Your dream is to be, you know, a singer, a dancer, an actor, or whatever. You just want to get your dream accomplished half the time. And a lot of people don't teach people, you know, take it home to your parents, let them look over it. And you don't even know if that's an option for them to do that.
Yeah, because they can just be forced to sign it on the spot, or like you can look over it for now and then, you know, sign it, but you have to sign it today. And what if their parents aren't there? They don't live far. They don't have a lawyer. Like, there are things that you don't take into account, especially when you're a teenager and you're just eager to be famous and you're eager to go get your stuff out there, get your face out there. You're not gonna look at the nitty gritty of the contract. They're usually very long ones. Where, especially if you're someone who is not a native Korean, all that legal jargon in Korean is probably going to be very confusing for you. So I understand completely, and I feel like that whole you should check your contract before signing it thing is like, it's a type of thing people say when they're not in the situation, and you're like, when you're in the situation, you won't check it either. I promise you that. It's like, come on.
It's like when you like install a new program and you don't, like half the time you don't read little terms and conditions. You just scroll down and click agree. You don't know if you could have signed your life away. You had no idea. You just don't know. I
remember, I think it was Apple, somebody, like they put in their terms, like in conditions, they put $500 reward or something. Like if you read this, contact this, whatever. One guy won it about 2 years after they'd put it in there.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
Well,
that's how much people don't read those little boxes.
Which is so messy. And even more messier news. Produce 101.
Oh my God.
A show that I actively watched. And I watched IOI become IOI, basically. The program director, the PD for the program for Mnet, he is under controversy.
Han Dong-chul, that's his name, y'all.
Under controversy for saying that Produce 101 is healthy porn. And we're going to read you the exact translation of his quote. He said, the reason I produced the female version of Produce 101 first was because, and I don't know how to express this exactly, but I wanted to produce a healthy kind of porn for men. If you look at the cast, aren't they cute, like your own little sister and niece? I wanted to create a porn for them in that kind of style. By producing the male version of the show, I also want to make a porn for women. Back then, they used to call Rain's performance stages porn for women. The male version of the show will kind of be like that in that it fulfills a certain type of fantasy for women. Which, end quote, which is so twisted in your head. Like, these are just young girls trying to achieve their dreams, and you're taking full advantage of that. Like, you're disgusting.
I especially love the, aren't they cute like your little sister and your niece? I'm like, wait, first of all, if you thinking about your niece or your little sister in that way, you a nasty MF, first of all.
You are.
I didn't know about this. I didn't know what he said exactly. I just knew that that was a thing. When I read what he said, I was very confused as to why he was saying this. First of all, like, why would you say this in an interview? Why are you saying this? And then after I read the entirety of it, I was disgusted. I was thinking about all these girls and how they just wanted to be out there. Meanwhile, his reasoning for making the show is not to create something that's never been done before, not to like be groundbreaking, but to make porn for men. Like, that's gross. That is so gross. And it just feeds into the whole cutesy concepts are still extremely sexy, because even if they're cutesy, the reason that they're like that is because men, especially older men, like well into the 30s, very much enjoy the young girls being very cutesy and schoolgirl-like. So it's still very sexual. Even if it's not sexy, I feel like cutesy concepts are sometimes even more sexual than non-cutesy concepts.
Especially when you think about grown women, like doing those kind of concepts, and that's why I personally like. I can take a certain level of cute, but when you're virgin on acting like a 7-year-old, me being 24, I can't watch that. Especially when I know you're my age. Like, it's just like, no thanks. Like, I'll stay over here. I can't do it.
Same. I can't. That's why I'm like not into girl groups who are well into their 20s, almost 30, and they are being cute and stuff. I'm like, this is not what you do in your real life. Don't do it. Be badass, or be normal, or have a nice ballad, or just do something that's not you being eggio in my face.
Like age appropriate.
I don't like that. Please be very age appropriate.
So this is disgusting. I feel bad for the male trainees who are going to be in the male version of Produce 101, basically.
Oh my God. And it's going to be like shirtless, like body rolls. Watch. We will be here when that happens. I hate watching audition shows because I get nervous. Like, I'm like, they're not going to get picked. But we will be here when that happens, and I will watch it for y'all. And I'm gonna be here sitting here, like, I'm gonna be sitting here with the I told you face, like, I told you we're gonna be shirtless and body rolls. What I say? And an all-female judge panel and everything. Watch, judge.
I just get really just uncomfortable when I think about stuff like that. Especially these boys are probably gonna be underage doing stuff like that. Like, not cool. Not cool at all.
Oh my God.
And even more controversial news. Faye from Miss A made her solo debut. And
oh my God.
the dislikes on that solo debut, on the performances, on the music video itself, the racial slurs that are being hurled at her, my God. That controversy in and of itself, a lot of the Chinese idols have been getting basically shit for because they have, represented their political views. And given what I've heard about it, it's controversial when they have those views. And Michelle and I were talking about it, a little bit earlier. If you're in a country where, things are happening and you're making a living there, like that's primarily where you make your money, it's best for you to stay silent. Like,
yeah, and it's shitty to say that, but it really is what should happen because it's going to affect you. And I feel like when you're, especially a public figure, just don't say anything. And I know you want to, and I know it's like, it has to do with your people and where you come from and your country of origin. But when you're making coins somewhere else, I think it's best to kind of just be respectfully silent. Not silent, but just respectfully silent. Just talk about it privately and don't put it on social media. Don't put it in interviews. Just don't no comment, and let people think what they want. But just as long as it didn't come out of your mouth, you can't be held accountable.
And I think it's even more important to be that way when you are when you're part of a group. Like, you're not by yourself. If you are a solo artist, that you do what you want, because you're representative of yourself. The most you have to worry about is your company. But when you're part of a group, you're representative of everybody in that group, and you're a part of that. So if you do something that causes controversy, the whole group gets it, and that's unfortunate. And it's like Gia already left, and that was kind of an amicable thing. She kind of like went her separate way, but you just have to be really cautious about that and make sure that you're not accidentally stepping on your bandmate's toes as well. But good luck to her solo debut. I don't condone racial slurs at all. If you don't like her, don't like her. But in terms of like racial slurs, that's not cool. Like it's not cool along any border. Just say you don't agree with her.
Like calling her these names that are obviously insults to her ethnicity and race. It's like you're adding more negativity into something that's already highly negative, and you're also taking I want to say like you're taking like a piss out of her having a stance. She's human. She's gonna have a stance. Was it maybe a little bit wrong for her to do that right before her solo debut? Probably yes, because you should really, especially when you're about to debut your solo, you should really stay quiet. If you want your shit to hit the charts. But it's, at the end of the day, it is her belief and opinions, and if she wants to say whatever she wants to say in support of whichever side, maybe yours or hers, which is hers now, really you shouldn't go to her YouTube page in her music video that she worked hard on and shit on her life for a political view. And also her solo I did not like. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna transition right into it. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I'm talking about her right now, so let's go. I didn't like it. The song was not a bop to me. The music video, although it was very cool, the whole kind of it's very now. It's very contemporary because it's what is that called? The thing you put over your eyes. Help me.
I don't know. It's not coming to me.
What is that? That POV like view thing that people do now. It was very cool how she did that and made it into a music video. I liked it. I just didn't like how overtly sexual it was. It was a little too much. And the song was not a bop, enough of a bop to keep me entertained throughout the video. So, Sorry, Faye. You cute and all, but no. That song, give me something else. I'll promote you if you give me some bop worthy.
Yeah, I didn't really too much care for it either. I haven't listened to whatever else she's put out, like in terms of the EP and stuff like that. I haven't heard of the rest of it. So maybe one day next week I'll listen to it and get back to y'all next week. That's how I feel, about the entirety of it. But for right now, the title track was like,
no, it was not title track worthy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was just interesting that she has a hula hoop in her chorus.
Yes.
That is interesting.
I like that trick that she did with her leg. I was like, how? Like my 11-year-old came out. I was like, how did you do that? I want to try.
Right.
But yeah, other than that.
In comebacks we did like, I loved FX's comeback with All Mine.
That video was so cute.
It was cute.
I'm still confused why everybody got a nice Eddie, but Kris was in the parking lot. I don't understand. But... And I was about to say something really shady right now, but I held my tongue. You see, I'm learning. I was about to say something that would upset a lot of people. And I held my tongue. I'll say it later, though. I'll say it privately to Melanie later. I did not know when she was in a parking lot, but I liked the video. I thought they were really cute. There was a couple cameos from SM artists. I saw Henry in there. Amber walking around the halls and shit. It was really nice. I liked it. And Victoria is Mom Vic, she is my mother. I love her. She's great. She's the best. I will always remember her as Nikun's wife from We Got Married. That's the first time I ever saw her, and I was like, oh my god, and I fell in love with her. She's great. She's really funny, and she's the best. Love her, everyone.
I love the song. I thought it was really fresh and really just nice to listen to, especially towards the end with like the big chorus. Like I love happy things, especially in this world of negative things. I love
Very negative.
happy sounding things that take your mind off of it for 3 minutes. You know.
And I love FX's like they have a very club sound that's very them. Like
Yes.
you know it's FX, and it's very much club music, but it's still music that you can bop to at home as well.
Happy.
Yes, I love that song. I love the entirety of their discography. I love it.
Same.
So I love FX. FX is great, and long live FX.
Amen. So there's like certain SM artists where I love the entirety of what they do, like Shiny, Red Velvet, FX.
Shiny.
Like I tend
Shiny
to
is
like
just-
everything they do. Basically.
Shiny is like, and as I said this before, and it might be not true, or it might be true, but Shiny is that one group that you can just be like, who do you like? Oh, Shiny. People will be like, I understand. Like they won't be like, but why? Like no one will ask you that when you say Shiny. No one. You just love Shiny.
I've
'cause,
never seen.
Like I've never had anyone be like, but why on Shiny? Like never. People understand. They
It's like-
get
it's
it.
like- it seems like people tend to meet for Shiny. Like,
Yeah.
like you could have a fan war, and it's like, but Shiny, and it's like, okay, yeah.
You're right,
We'll
you're
agree
right.
with that. Like,
You
we'll
was
agree.
right. You was right.
And now the final story of this week, which is probably the biggest thing, and Michelle and I were like DMing each other on Twitter. We were like, well, we got to talk about this because
Oh my god.
it is Kimye.
We opened the week with this. This was literally Sunday night, Monday, 12 a.m. Like we opened the week with this treasure of God from Kim, who is the mother of exposing at this point in life. She is goals when it comes to exposing people. Exposé of Taylor Swift. So go ahead, Melanie.
So Kimye versus Taylor. So Taylor Swift. Sorry if you like her. That's not exactly our cup of tea. Taylor Swift has had a history of basically screwing people over. Whether it's writing a song about them, whether it's taking a certain different road, kind of pretending that whenever she wins an award that she knows she's going to win, she has a surprise look on her face. So she's never been well accepted between Michelle and I.
And within the music industry too, people there's a lot of people that don't like her. A lot of them expose themselves, and I was so happy. I'm like, I didn't know who you were, but here we are. Then there's people that I didn't know who they were who also exposed themselves. It's great. And to me, I liked her. I really did. I still like her old music, like her country stuff. Yes, I listen to country. And what you want? Fight me. No. But I did like when she first came out. I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was young, but I was like, this is nice. And she had really nice like love songs and really very like nice like crush music. And I was like a preteen, so I was all over it. And then she went pop, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was still good. And then she did Red, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is. And I stopped supporting her at that point because her music didn't appeal to me anymore. I felt she sold out. She had a very strong thing going with country, and she saw that, oh, pop makes more money or something or whatever, and she sold out. And yes, she became super famous, but I don't like sellouts. I don't appreciate them. I listen to artists who are serious about their music. I listen to artists who, will stick to what they believe in and won't like sell out for bucks or fame or whatever. And there are people who haven't sold out who've become very famous by not selling out. So there's really not a need to do that anymore at this point. She's also, very dodgy. No one with that many quote unquote friends is somebody honest. She's just very fabricated. She is a fabricated image of a person. You don't know who Taylor Swift is. Who is that? We don't know. She's very fabricated. She dates for publicity and for hit songs. And just all around not an honest person. And nobody in Hollywood is honest, but there are people who are very, 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 very fake, and she's definitely one of them. And that's what I'm going to say. So go ahead, Melanie. Let's see what's your take on it.
Well, I just love how it started with Calvin Harris, though.
It did.
I love how that's how it started. Like, Calvin was just like, you know, she like ghost wrote for the song he did with Rihanna, and it was just kind of like he just kind of exposed her, like, you know, hey, like, you know, kind of like one of those things where like I could just like imagine him typing all of those tweets out and having like, you know, like tilting his glasses, like I know things, like don't make me type things. Like it started with Calvin, and then Kim was like, look, I'm sick of you.
Oh my God.
That Snapchat snore.
Kim was like, do you follow me on Snapchat? You really should. I was like, Kim Kardashian West, get your life. I was screaming. So basically what happened was, okay, Kanye West has a song on his Life of Pablo album called Famous. In the song, there's a line that says, what does it say? It's like, me and Taylor might still have sex. I made that bitch famous.
It's like for the Southside niggas that know me best, and then it goes into that.
Yeah. So, in her Grammy speech when she won, the song was released in February. Grammys was in March, I believe, right? Or February, like it was after the song. She said something along the lines of women shouldn't, no matter how hard someone tries to take you down, you know, women should always stay strong. Very feminist speech. And Tori Kelling's face was beautiful. Tori Kelling's face was like, girl, shut up. And there was a bunch of, you know, feminists being like, yes, Taylor, yes, you know. And I was like, okay, girl.
Right. Okay.
Because we were under the assumption that she did not know he was going to say these things about her.
Exactly.
So we were like, okay, girl. Like, we didn't shit on her for that. Then the music video came out, which was, that's a whole nother story. Anyways, Kim Kardashian was like, oh, well, I'm tired of you, girl. Just like Melanie said, I'm sick of you. I'm done with you.
Yep.
And she was like, y'all should follow me on Snapchat. And people did. That tweet has over like 50K now, by the way. And Kim basically put up the video in a series of snaps of Kanye speaking to Taylor on the phone. Now, this video was recorded because Kanye records, when he records an album, he records the process of it. So he was in the studio and he was talking to Taylor and telling her, this is the line. He did not say, granted, he did not mention, or we did not know if he mentioned the one that says I made that bitch famous. But the first part was mentioned, though I would still have sex with Taylor. She was very willing. She was first of all, she was very, very thankful that he called her to tell her about it. She was very thankful. She was like, yeah, that's great. And when they asked me in the Grammys and their carpet, I'm gonna be like, I wasn't on it the whole time. It's a kind of, and she was just saying, it's kind of like compliment. Like, if she was saying a lot of like very kiss ass things, basically. And then she put the video out, and Taylor was like, oh, okay. So she went on Instagram, and the caption read, when Kanye West secretly records your phone call, Kim Kardashian posts it. And then the picture was a note that she had written, basically denouncing the whole thing and saying how it was a disrespect and a bunch of stuff. But the shadiest part of it... Character assassination. Girl. You mean your fake character that you built up from the ground? But okay, we're not going to talk about that. The notes, what's funny is if you have an iPhone, go do this to prove that I'm talking right now and what I'm saying is truth. Her iPhone, when you can go to notes, and when you write a new note, on the top it has a little arrow, and next to it will say notes. when your notes are old and you want to try to find a note that's very old and you can't scroll anymore, you go into the search and you click and you find a keyword in whatever in the notes, and you will find the note and you click on it. And then instead of notes on the top next to the arrow, it will say search. Well, that's what Miss Taylor's notes said. She cropped out the date at the top, but she forgot that the side was also exposed. So now we know that she wrote that note quite a bit back, far back that she could not scroll down to find it. She had to go look for it. So this means that not only did she know about the phone call, just as Kim had said in her GQ interview that Taylor knew that she was being recorded and had sent Kanye West a letter to his home saying, delete that tape, don't ever show it to the world. Literally, or I'm going to sue you. That's literally what the thing said from her lawyer. So it not only proved everything that Kim said in her GQ interview was true, it exposed Taylor as a liar and as a fake. And I was in my room cackling because I was like, I already knew this about 4 years ago. So I was happier than a kid in a candy store. I was like, yes, Kim Kardashian exposed her. Then people started coming and being like, oh, well, you know, she didn't approve of what was it? I made that bitch famous. And whatever. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. At this point, we're talking about her being a liar in general.
To be honest, if I was Taylor, I'd take more offense to the fact that you said we had sex over you said you made
Exactly. But you know, she has to come with a fake feminist agenda always, every single time. Then it ensued in Twitter. It was amazing. I had to work the next morning. I didn't go to sleep until 3 a.m. It was beautiful. Okay. Selena Gomez started talking on her ass. First of all, I'm Latina. We don't rep Selena Gomez. We don't rep her. I don't know her. I'm Mariah Carey when it comes to. I don't know who that is. Who is that? No, the only Selena I know is Selena Quintanilla. That's the only one I know. I don't know her. Do not know that girl. Don't know her. She was like, there's more things we should. Yes, there's more things we should talk about than whatever this and there's more important things to talk about. And somebody was like, oh really, girl? So they went on her Twitter and like try to search any like keywords like Black Lives Matter, shooting, anything that she could have said that was like about things that were happening in the United States. This girl has not made one tweet.
Not even Orlando.
Not even Orlando. Not even Orlando. She said something in one of her performances about hate, literally 3 sentences, and continued singing or lip singing, and that was it. So she got exposed on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure Taylor was like, defend me or something, or Taylor gave us some good money or something to go defend her or be her friend or whatever the hell. Then Chloe Moretz, who Eric Nam, come get your friend. Melanie tweeted at him. She was like, come get your friend. Come get your friend because she's doing too much. She tweeted out a series of tweets defending Taylor and saying again how we should be talking about better things or whatever. This girl has not once talked about any social issue, even Orlando. And we say even Orlando because it's something that everyone was talking about. Yes. Even if you weren't Black Lives Matter or anything associated with a hashtag, you were talking about it because it was such a horrific event. Even K-pop fans were talking about it. This girl did not say one thing.
Even GD, who is the...
Yup. I was like, come get your friend, Eric Nam. Come get your friend, please. And then Khloe Kardashian posted a picture of her booty hole, which was... oh my God. It was just insane and intense. And Demi Lovato was shading. Zendaya was shading. Pharrell was shading. I was just like, I got my life.
You know what? Honestly, Khloe kind of killed the mood.
Because
it turns out that wasn't even Khloe. That was some other girl.
Yeah. It was like a Photoshop picture, but it was still very shocking. It was funny. I was still laughing.
Khloe crossed the line with that. And she kind of killed the mood on Twitter. I noticed when Khloe did that, it went from everybody, poking fun and everything to everybody criticizing Khloe at that moment. So I was like, well, I'm gonna log off and go to sleep because I ain't got time. I was like,
it was a mess.
Killed my mood. I'm over it.
I woke up the next morning, people were still talking about it. It was a Kim exposed Taylor party on Twitter, hashtag. It was great. It was a great way to open the week. I was thankful to Jesus for that expose. I hope people wake up on Taylor and they they realize how much of a snake she really is. And I'm saying this with all the love in my heart for old Taylor. And if she can only, like, she never will, but if she can only go back to like what she was, I think she would have been a lot more successful and a lot more likable if she would have just sticked with being Taylor Swift instead of Taylor Swift. So that's, yeah, basically what happened with that.
Just in general, with these celebrities that you like understand that, you know, how to differentiate between the image they show you and the actions of what they actually do. So just keep an eye out for that. You can have your faves, but when your faves are wrong, admit when your faves are wrong. And that's a whole nother story entirely.
That is a whole nother story.
That just about concludes our first episode.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it went on this long, but it's amazing. We can't wait to, you know, keep making these episodes for you guys and really have these conversations. If you have anything you would like us to talk about, if you have a question for us that you want us to answer on the actual podcast, you can email us at asktwosouls@gmail.com. We'll link everything below, including the songs we mentioned today, especially Todrick stuff. We will include that as well. And also, you can find us on all social media platforms at Two Souls. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. We are all under Two Souls, which I'm surprised that we managed to do that.
Right? That's amazing.
We are all under Two Souls. And once again, I'm Mel.
And I'm Michelle, and you can hear us every Saturday because we will be up every Saturday. Hopefully... let me not even say it because I was going to say something, but let's hope we all are never sick enough that we don't have to use our voices, because that will be very sad.
Yes.
We will be here every Saturday, and like Melanie said, we are on all social media platforms. If you have any suggestions, let us know. We hope to continue making these. We hope to continue being a active voice and a unique voice, and hopefully maybe we can get people on here who can do a commentary besides just us two. We'll have guests and stuff if we achieve that level.
Yeah, of course.
So I wish you guys a happy Saturday. And it's gonna be really hot here in New York, but
Same. It's like almost 100 here.
yes, same. So if you live in whatever area we are in, take care of yourselves. Pray for your families. Pray for the world, because it's a very scary place. And I hope you are safe. Have a great Saturday. Love your faves. Find new groups to stan and keep it poppin'.
Bye, guys.
Bye.